Ah, New Year's Eve. What a splendid day. Hopefully they don't drop any bombs on us. Right then, I get this book mailed to my house. National Geographic. Why? Because they have really good pictures in there. I like the ones where they're looking around in outer space and telling me about rocks floating around that might one day eventually crash through my roof and kill me and everyone I know. They have the guys with the goggles and the lights on their heads. That's the sort of thing. That's why I get this book. It's a nice little book. This time, I found this book to be a strange document, which sometimes it is. This one summarizes a year, 2020. I don't know why they use that number. It's a stupid number, but I can't help them. Anyway, we're all stuck using this stupid number, 2020. And here we go. What happened? Well, first of all, somebody's done vandalized that statue of the guy on his horse. It's colorful. I missed all this when it was actually happening, but I subscribed to this and they sent it to my house and I like to look at the pictures, so they're gonna summarize my year for me. Okay, I didn't even know this happened. Some people got upset and vandalized the statue, and now every time I turn on the TV, I'm forced to be subjugated to black history, positive black stuff. Well, this is a little bit absurd. And everybody seems to just have their pants down around their ankles. I think the people that run these TV networks and the internet and everybody that's in charge of all these things that people see seems to have their pants down and they're bent over, and this dude here is just giving it to them hard. Because I don't understand that. Now, I don't take responsibility for anybody who came before me. Do you? Leave me alone. Let me pick what I want to watch on TV, please. Don't force this crap down my throat. I don't want it. Anyway, most important picture of a terribly screwed up time in history. Well, maybe it's a good one. Yeah, all right. That's all I know about that. I don't really understand the issue. I thought the guy was some bad guy and the cops were too rough with him. Well, I don't have a horse in this race because I don't like the people that spray painted the statue and have their stupid message, and I also don't like the cops. There might be some good cops in the world, but they're really hard to find. Let's face it, it's a terrible gang that's out to bother people, harass people, and be hawks. Very nice that some of them take it seriously and use common sense, but the times you run into those cops, you're just so surprised that one of them had common sense or decency, and then you gotta think about it and wonder, well, do they do that with everybody, or do they just do that every once in a while? Or is something else going on in their brain? Because when it comes down to it, humans have a lot of human problems. When you put humans in charge of one another, they tend to take advantage of it. So I don't think anybody who ever wants to be in charge should ever be allowed to be in charge, and I think that should be rule number one with humanity. Anytime somebody raises their hand and wants to be in charge, we should ship them off, put them in a box, send them to the bottom of the ocean somewhere. A really deep hole. Maybe one we want to make a little bit higher, fill it in a little bit. Let's just fill a deep crevice in the ocean. I've got a globe inside and it tells me numbers where there's really deep canyons. I think scuba divers can't even go down there. Let's just send them down there. Big rocks, float some concrete down there, and let's just fill in the ocean a little bit. That might actually help with global warming issues, where we can get the floor level in the sea to rise a little bit, and that'll push some more water up to the North Pole when it'll freeze. I think it's a good idea. Let me know what you think. All right, let's move along. Advertisements. Oh, I gotta fold this one out. Hey, that's on the back of the penny. As I understand it, and I don't know that much, My history is, how come they didn't vandalize that statue? So some statues are okay. So this dude is okay. But this guy here on his horse, screw him. Screw you, buddy. Screw you and your horse. We're going to vandalize you. And then we're going to go ask this other concrete guy for advice. All right, I'm seeing flaws in their strategy here. Flipping the page. 2020. Okay. Oh, there's Malcolm X. I know him. It was a good movie. Assalamu alaikum. All right, thanks, Malcolm. Okay, I don't know that guy. I don't know anything about this. The Easter Bunny. Yep, all right. The Easter Bunny came out in his costume, Peter Cottontail, and he wanted to go to people's houses in 2020. But they were like, no, we're not having Easter. You're not welcome here, Peter Cottontail. Slammed the door right in his face. Sorry, Peter, you got germs. I don't know who that guy is. Anytime you see somebody with one of those on their head, the robe, there's a problem. There's flowers around it. He probably got blown up. Suicide bomber. I don't know. Bugs. Oh. Okay, here's a good one. Did this actually happen? Is this happening somewhere? Is there something I don't know about? I know about this mask thing, and I think it's quite ridiculous. This guy, he doesn't even have his mask on, but he's got a blast shield. He's got a grinder shield around him, just in case the bride or groom spits some spit out at them. He'll be covered until he touches the mask and then touches his face, and he's totally screwed. Look at this. Look at this woman here. If these people are so scared of other people, why are they getting married? Let me tell you something. When they do that, when they get married, now they're stuck together forever. And she's going to leave sometimes and go some places, and he's going to leave sometimes and go some other places and touch some other stuff. And then they come back together, and boom, the germs are everywhere. You're just going to wear the mask forever? Take the mask off. Deal with it. Deal with the old guy in the same room as you. This is so silly. So was there no audience for this? This was so important. Let me tell you what happened here. All weddings were canceled because people are silly and they're scared of germs and they don't know what to do about it. They're not scared to go to Walmart and the grocery store and get some stuff, go out and buy some Slim Jims. They still do that every day, all day long. They're still all over the roads, driving everywhere. There's traffic everywhere, people in my way. This is a sissy pandemic. Let me tell you something. If this was a real pandemic, you wouldn't go outside. You'd be scared and you'd be eating your toenails. Okay? If half the people you knew were falling over dead and crawling at your door, you'd have metal bars blocking everybody out, plastic around the windows, and you'd be eating toenails and fingernails and mice droppings. Okay? And you could do that for quite some time. So this is not some real scary thing. This is just a bunch of spoiled, rotten people, and I don't mean that every person is spoiled rotten. What I mean is, just in this place where these people who make the rules are a little bit too comfortable. And then they know too much. They don't really know that much, but what they have is everything all the time on TV. And then the news forces bad news down your throat, and you know a lot of things you should never have known in the first place. Unless you work in a laboratory and work on medicines and some very fancy scientist, you should not know the names of all of these germs and how they travel and what they do. This is just absolute nonsense, and the average mind is not capable of absorbing it properly. And what you get is a bunch of people who are just scared of their own shadow, running around knowing big words to say, like COVID this and COVID that, and influenza. I don't know. All I do know is that they should calm down or get out of my way. Now, all weddings were canceled, but this guy needed to get married. He's like, you know what? I can't wait. I don't care if my family sees this. I know this is supposed to be some big important day where her father gives her away to me and I take her home and do a little hoochie coochie dance. No, he couldn't wait. He couldn't wait for the flowers and the wedding and the people and the family and the excitement, old Mamma Mia grandma happy and crying in tears, and the other people throwing the bouquet and the big dance party. He couldn't wait because she is holding something back. She's holding something back. I can see it in her. And look how intently she is looking at that paper and pen. Make sure you sign all of it. Sign every little thing. You're signing it all over to me. And they're going to get home, and she's just going to lay down and start crying because she's not happy. This wedding wasn't good enough. There wasn't even people there. There wasn't even flowers. The priest had a mask on. We need to wait. You need to wait. She's going to make him wait. And while he's waiting and getting older and more infertile, she's going to run off with the gardener and give away the goods. I bet Jesus knows what she looks like under that flowery mask. You're a sucker, buddy, with your pretty little suit. What a sucker. He's got it. Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy. He's gonna get hit hard. All right, so some people died. There's like 6 people there, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 people had to get moved out of the funeral home into a refrigerated container. Is that really that bad? I mean, they could have just thrown them in a hole somewhere. Every vote counts. No, it doesn't. Excuse me, miss. Yeah, your grandpa died. Yeah, we're gonna need you to come get him. We've properly wrapped him up and prepared him for you. He's a mummy now. Okay. Lunchtime in China. So, these people are stuck, living this crappy life, working in this factory, and looks like they all eat at the same time, and they're just living the modern times, poor guy life. Put things together, work on an assembly line, dress the same, look the same, act the same, don't ask too many questions, eat now, work now, eat now, go home, sleep now, come back then. Now, there's X's on the floor, and you can all sit on your spot. Not a little bit to the left, and not a little bit to the right. You're going to put that stool exactly on that line. Exactly on this line, and exactly on this line. These are grown-ups. And this is some preschool kindergarten nonsense. Make sure your stool has 3 legs touching lines at all times. Because this is how we keep germs from spreading. Is it? Is that it? Does nobody get sick there? Germs don't jump more than 6 feet. How did they all get there? Is there lines for that too? All of the hardships and nonsense and learnings and teachings and innovations and inventions and great wisdom and knowledge that have brought us to this point. And still, we have things like this. Make sure your stool is exactly perfectly lined up in the corner of 2 lines. Because otherwise, you might touch someone else's area and infect their area, and then we'll have to shoot them in the head and put them in a hole. Moving right along. Okay. I don't know what any of this is about. Here's some more people at the fountain. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. You know what? You know what, lady? Take your kid home and do something nice for the little bugger. If these germs are so bad, how come these people are all right up each other's butts? Are they all dead? Did they all die? Did all of these people just fall over dead? Are they still there? Did they just push them into the fountain? Did that happen? I should probably read this. I really don't know. No, it didn't happen. It didn't happen. So those people over there, where'd they go? I lost them. Those people, where'd they go? Come back here, people. Oh, I give up. Those people sat on their lines, all 6 feet apart and stuff, and these people just all got together in a big group, and nothing happened to either of them. They're both still okay. Everything's okay. Take your kid home and do something with him. The little bugger doesn't need to be there at the rally for the thing. He doesn't know what's going on. He has no idea. And if you're telling him stuff like that, you're screwed up. He wants to watch the Bubble Guppies. Oh, this lady. Look at her. I think she's from The Walking Dead. Ugh, scare me. Okay. Oh, here we go. Here's some guy with his graduation suit on. Guess what? If you went to school and you graduated in 2020, you didn't actually do it. So give your diploma back, give the suit back, come back next year, try again. The school sissied out. They didn't want you there. They didn't want to have your ceremony. It wasn't important to them. All of the educators, all of the teachers did not think it was important to give you your proper ceremony. So give your stuff back, give your paper back, burn the school down, and call it a day. Bunch of nonsense, solar flares, meniscus, umbilical cords. Oh boy. Okay. This lady is so scared of germs that at her family picnic, she hung up a giant sheet of sort of see-through plastic and is hugging people through the plastic. This lady's completely bananas. Germs are gonna jump over the fence, and even if they don't, somebody's gotta take the damn plastic down and handle the thing. What do? Just set it on fire? Then you're causing global warming, and the polar bears are gonna swim down here and eat you. Oh, plastic won't save you from the polar bears. But it's all okay. At the end of the book, we can have cat food with no meat in it. And juice that will make you fat and jolly so you can sit around and watch TV and be part of the problem. Thank you, National Geographic. Unfortunately, I don't think you've summarized my year at all.